ENORTAP just show up at the gates. Welcome, Mr. ENORTAP, directly from Toronto, Ontario. It just show up at the gates. We are right now today directly from Kentucky. That's what we are today, me and ENORTAP. Welcome, everybody, to the warm-up show from the Hockey Nation Live Show. Tuesday, February 1st, 2022, first day of the month. And we have already Mr. ENORTAP, some people in the chat. And welcome, everybody. Of course, we have the unique one, of course, Michael Rubenstein in the house.
Good old Michael. Welcome, Michael. Michael, I'm trying to grow a beard like yours.
I'm sorry again?
I'm trying to grow a beard like Michael's.
Here we go. That's the way to do it. Here we go. We need to tell Bob Gainey to do the same thing if you want to look like you. We have also different players, different people in the chat. Why not? I said Mr. RJ Calabro Sport now. He changed his name for Sport. We love it. I love it, Mr. RJ. New picture, new name. That's like amazing change. Like, congratulations, Mr. RJ. And of course,
hello, RJ. Our favorite, Bud the Monkey.
Bud the Monkey back in the house today. Bud the Monkey, honestly, yesterday, we have to talk, before we welcome everybody, we have to congratulate Miss Kelly. Win the fantasy point yesterday. Miss Kelly with 6 points. The most points so far in the Hockey Nation Live Show with Austin Matthews. She did it again. We know she owned the record of the most right score one day with 3. So Miss Kelly, she's doing, that's something like Mr. ENORTAP, you have to follow a little bit more and to copy maybe what's going on with her because she's doing very, very well about that. But yesterday, ENORTAP, Yamo, Bud the Monkey Boy, and John Grega lead the fantasy with 4-1, followed by Coach Ron Kings 20, Steve G, Rich Mullen, Kelly, Jose Duarte, Pierre Martin with 3-2, and at the end we have Andy Koivula, Dan Asham, Danny T, the fisherman, and Willie O is with 2-3, and rarely nobody have a right score.
I know. That usually doesn't happen.
That's pretty amazing about that one over there. We have about like 15 participate and 0 about that. But we are really rock and roll because the fisherman directly from the shack back in the house at Danny T.
Danny. Hello.
And be ready, everybody, because today we're going to the saloon. So be ready. Don't drink yet. The happy hour is going to start in the next couple of minutes. And so I from Sherbrooke, Nicolas de Gobi Bono.
Welcome, Nicolas.
He's back again with us today, tonight. Corey Hill, fans of the Ottawa Senator, was with us this morning. Corey joined us tonight. Welcome, Mr. Corey Hill.
Welcome, Corey. How about those?
Nicolas said we need to follow up. We need to shop only 15 minutes before his practice start in Quebec. Yeah, it is what it is. Vilio is active in the chat. Mr. Vilio back in the house.
Welcome, Vallejo.
I don't know. Vilio talk about nightmare or ghost movies. I don't know what's going on with him. Happy holidays, Thanksgiving. I don't know Vallejo. Vallejo is going to leave tomorrow, Mr. ENORTAP. We wish him the best for him, honestly.
Absolutely.
So, but
thank you for your service.
But yes, come on down, Mr. Johnny Golden.
Here's Johnny.
Veloui said he need to get his coffee. Yes, put something in the coffee. That'll be helping. Mr. Richard Mullins from L'Île Perrot back in the house.
Welcome.
Cheer, Mr. RG. Of course, we lost happy Eastern. Yamu Salveleu last is the Google translation. Yamu Vertanen is in the house from New York. Jose Duarte is in the house today.
Jose in the house. Welcome.
From North Carolina, number 1 fans, the Detroit Red Wings, Caleb Sauce is in the house.
Welcome, Caleb.
From Utah, Ron with Kings 20, come back with us tonight in the house.
Welcome, Ron.
And everything is big over there. Everything is big because everything happening over there is the big cookies. Mr. Jose Joseph Lanham in the house from Houston, Texas.
Welcome, Mr. Lanham.
Coach, is that young you behind me? No, it's Ken Hughes.
Actually,
I want Ken Hughes look at me and me I look at him. So my wish is someone ask him to call me one day, but that's another story about that one over there. But hey, well, Mr. Renault back in the house. Look like Renault. A Star Trek. Yeah, he looked like a Star Trek. Mr. Hughes, Jose, my pleasure for the treasure. Venetro is in for Thornton. Prisky remplace Carlson. In Knight is a starter. Badamuki just give us the update of the game tonight. Thank you so much. Badamuki, I think it's great to send Thornton out. And Prisky, great to see him. Schedule update on it. We talked to Johnny. I'm Johnny. RJ, and that's pretty much what we have at the top over there. I try to get up. He does it. Hey, Renault. Harry Potter game. Cat will win tonight, Valeo said. And that's pretty much what we have at that moment. We have a lot on the program, guys. First of all, we're going to go to the saloon. We're going to get delivery, some beer for the people need it, honestly. And then after that, we're going to go through the schedule. 11 game, I believe, we have tonight, Mr. ENORTAP. 11 game, we have to go through this, so we have a lot of work to do about that. And, of course, it's going to be really, really long. So, happening again tonight, we are back at 7 o'clock. I'm going to do the game between the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the New Jersey Devils. Of course, I'm going to follow the Panthers tonight. They are Cats, play a big game again in New York Rangers. Really interesting. What is going to be the result of that one over there? Danny said, go, leave, go. Last week, I went to buy a car, and the salesman asked if I want an airbag. I said, no, thanks. I already have a mother-in-law.
Attaboy, Johnny. Attaboy.
I always say you can use always a mother-in-law for different occasion in your life. It just depends what could have been. About that, Bonamaki cried because the Maple Leaf. About that, if I was a Panthers fan tonight, I would be worried about the New York Rangers tonight. Once you face a goaltender like Chesterkin, is a kind of goaltender can say he can steal a game a particular time. It's not like he can, maybe. But my problem with New York, they miss Adam Fox. So that's a little bit a problem for that part over there. So there will be someone can hurt about that. And Badamaki just mentioned this and no Fox. So that'll be really, really interesting what could happen, honestly, for the Panthers tonight. We're going to talk, of course, about everything the next couple of minutes about all the game. But it will be interesting because it's time. We start early today, Mr. ENORTAP. Hopefully you're ready to rock and roll because it's time for the face-off opening drop by Mr. ENORTAP. Right now, right time is his introduction. Mr. ENORTAP back in the house tonight.
Well, Coach,
here we go, the face-off opening show with Mr. ENORTAP. What happening in the last 24 hours? What pay you the most attention? And maybe some of the people in the chat will be happy to hear some name because whatever you never told me what is coming, you tell me. I feel you're going to talk about someone I already know.
It's very possible. We'll see. There's a few things that stood out from yesterday's games, Coach. Just a couple tidbits from each. Number one, here we go again. Florida showing their offensive capabilities. I mean, anytime that you have a third line with the likes of Marchment, Lundell, and Reinhardt, who have respectively 23, 32, and 43 points, and that's your third line, that tells you how potent your offense is, right? And it's amazing what they can do. There's no deficit that's large enough for other teams to sort of feel comfortable against Florida, especially when they're playing at home. It's amazing, and for me, all of a sudden, well, I'm not going to say all of a sudden because it's been coming on for a while, but I've got to say that Lundell now has become a legitimate contender for the Rookie of the Year, the Calder Trophy. I mean, when you look at Raymond, who's tapered off a little bit, he's at, I think, 35 points. He's followed right behind by Lundell, who has 32. Zegras has slowed down a little bit. I think that injury kind of hurt him a little bit. He's at 32 as well. And then Sider is at 29. And Bunting from the Leafs is also at 27. And Jeannot is at 26. So you see that the top six players, point-wise, what separates them is about 9 points. So for a change, we have quite a race that's going on for Rookie of the Year. As much as I love Sider from Detroit, because I think of all the players, his position is the toughest to adapt to in the NHL at the professional level. You got to believe that aside from that, usually the award goes to the highest scoring player. And right now, it seems to be a race between three or four people, and I love Lundell's chances of getting that. The second thing from the Anaheim and Detroit game, this was a battle back and forth. It was very, very low scoring. I think both teams saw the urgency of trying to get the 2 points. The one thing I just wanted to remark here, I think I hit it on yesterday as well. You look at Larkin; he's been red hot for them, for Detroit, and he's really kind of taken over. I'm seeing a different side to him than previous years. He's kind of minimized the number of gaffes that he makes defensively, as well as he's got other players that, whenever he does mess up, can easily cover up for him. But offensively, he's taken it to a different level, and that's good to see on his behalf. And of course, we have that game between New Jersey and Toronto. Now, what are we going to say about this game? The nice thing is the fact that the Leafs were able yet again to overcome a deficit. In this case, I think they were down by I think it was 3 goals, two for sure, three, and it's great that they can do that. I have question marks, as I mentioned yesterday, about Campbell right now. I just don't like what I'm seeing. Hopefully, it's just a blip. But here's a goalie that hasn't played more than about 31 games in a regular season. The last 2 years have been both shortened seasons. This year, he's already reached that quota. He hasn't played great in his last 5 or 6 games. Yesterday, he was pulled on, I think it was 6 or 7 shots that he had, and he allowed 3 goals. So now that and the fact that Muzzin's going to be out for an extended period of time, apparently he's taken a step back in his recovery from that concussion that he's been suffering from. And if they don't have him there and they don't have a good goalie, doesn't matter how good your offense is, because other teams will hold you off in the playoffs and in tight, close games. So they're going to have to look somewhere to help beef up their defense, and they need a backup as well. That's it.
That's it.
That's it for now. Yeah.
Well, you know why?
Why?
We need to call the police. We don't have enough likes. We have a lot of people, but nobody click on the likes.
Oh
So we have to
no.
stop them, my Mr. ENORTAP. We have to pick it up them and put them in the car. And they have no choice right now. They have to click on the likes. So that's happening about that. I'm sure Lundell was put the monkey very happy about that one over there. If Kelly was here, I'm sure we'll be happy to hear about the Matthews for sure and the team, honestly. And honestly, we have a couple of people join us. The scout, Alexis Dubic, is back in the house.
Welcome, Alexi. And I just want to clarify, Coach. I'm not saying. I think Danny made a point there. I'm not saying that Campbell's not a good goalie. I think he's a very good goalie. But right now, he's being overused, and he doesn't have that uh, experience yet where he can play 60 plus games in a season, and or at least he hasn't shown it yet. And take the Leafs to the next level. They just need somebody to help them out, and they need the better defense to help them face fewer shots on net.
Yep. I agree with you about that one there. I always said Campbell had to repeat what he did to prove he deserved to be a number one, a solid goaltender, number one. Remember, he's a UFA, so it'll be interesting to follow up with that situation over there. Everybody want to trade Merechek. But in hockey, you have one words. You have one words in hockey, apply for everybody. Patient.
That's right.
Corey Hill, I have a question for you.
Ottawa Senators need to score first if they want to beat New York Islanders. What keys of the game for Ottawa Senators has to do? Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it was great to see Stützle last night starting to emerge. The fact that they don't have Brown, they don't have Matheson, they don't have Matheson, they don't have Norris in the lineup, kind of takes away from your offense. So you're right. They have to score first, and they have to sort of dictate the play. But you know what, Coach? That game yesterday with Ottawa, I saw teammates that were defending each other, unlike that Montreal game. I don't want to get into that again, but you see
The
the
key for
difference.
Ottawa, again, Islanders guy, is because it's one way. And Ottawa can surprise them because they have to apply pressure on their D. Their D is not speed. They don't have a lot of players can carry on the puck a lot, although the fact Thompson, but he's not fast. So if you can press the puck on them, down the puck deep, and the forechecking, with Ketchup, Paul, and Farmington, everybody else can pressure them, keep them at the 200 feet with pressure a lot. That's the way to beat the Islanders at that moment over there. And then screwing in front of the net, that would be the game I would say to you. Otherwise, both teams don't score a lot, honestly, right? So for me, that would be really, really, and then use your speed.
Game.
The transition about quick up and between the blue line, that would be the one I will look about that one over there. Some people just click on the likes. That's a good news. We jump at 19, so some people was very good about that. We thanks each one of you. I think Campbell is overrated. He is tired of that. That's a good thing about that. I think Elebach is under one. I think you need now a two solid goaltender at that moment. So that would be the one. Coach, can Campbell be a goalie in Montreal? Montreal does not have price. It could become UF3, Alexi. It could be about that one over there. Murray has been good in last game at Corey Hill, but he is out today. Yep, Forsberg between the pipe tonight. But you're absolutely right about Yamo, about that. They can go up and down so much. What happened past Austin, Ottawa Master Plan is trading Murray to the Oilers. The problem with that is a salary cap by the monkey. In return, they will have to send back Koskinen. The only way the Edmonton can open up a door for the goaltender, they have to trade Koskinen in return. That's about that one there. I want to mention about Johnny, because I know the rumor, Johnny Golden. Johnny Golden said, Elliot Freeman said the Calgary won bench Chariot Ilikonen. Yes, it's confirmed. The Montreal Canadiens, not Montreal Canadiens, but the Calgary have talking with Ken Hughes. They talk in return Jacob Pelletier, the prospect, one of the top best 3 prospects for Calgary. We talk about dumping the salary Zadorov. We talk about the first round pick, and they add also Dustin Wolf. This is really, I did not see that. If the 4 name I just mentioned to you, Montreal win that trade. But I don't think so it will happen. I think it's too much for Calgary to give back to Montreal. I would be happy to get Zadorov, Pelletier, and the first round pick. That would be perfect. I would love it. And unfortunately, I know Wolf is a great goaltender. Right. If they had Wolf, you have to give at least Primo in return. That changed completely the trade at that moment. But Chariot Lekonen, if you can get first round pick, Zadorov from that, because they don't pay a buck, and then you can send him somewhere after that, and then you get Pelletier first round pick. Think about this. Calgary is going to be about ENORTAP, in my book, between 18 to 20, maybe 16 to 23 first round pick, honestly. So you talk about a solid player prospect at that moment. So that would be interesting what they're going to get in return. So Montreal have a good for Calgary, what they're looking for. Johnny, I heard about that today a little bit later, about that one over there. I think Ottawa pass Toronto next year or the year after that. Renault, I think Ottawa will pass Toronto next year or the year after that.
Couple maybe. Of years, maybe.
Steve G is in the house. Moi, je regarde Jake Haven à place de Lekonen. Don't worry, Jake Haven don't go nowhere about that. Second update, February 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. No game, Mr. ENORTAP. 7, only 2 game. Too many sellers in the East create a buyer market. Danny, for all the chat. Is Dustin Wolf good? Yes, excellent goaltender. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to Dustin Wolf. The problem with Dustin Wolf is stuck behind Max Strom. I'm surprised they want to vet. I'm not surprised. They want to give him a little bit more time to Wolf to develop. And the only thing we say against him, he's only 6 foot, and really exaggerate when I say 6 foot. So it'll be interesting. Kelly, Miss Kelly in the house.
You are awesome.
Welcome, Miss Kelly. About that, don't forget to click on the likes. Don't forget to click on the likes, because you're going to see that. And our time is going to be angry. And one angry is you don't know, but here we go. And that's hard. So, Alexi, you better to click on the likes, buddy. Why do you want to put Wolf in a package deal? I don't know if that's the name of the people talk about this, Alexi. Honestly, I don't believe on that one over there. But that's what the rumor was about that. Matthews, Kelly, yes, and Miss Kelly, you win the fantasy yesterday. Congratulations about that. But again, Mr. ENORTAP, it's like, it's time. It's time. It's time for ENORTAP Saloon. He's back again. Open the door for front people. We see what's happening about that one over there. And like we do, we deliver some. You open up the cap from some beer tonight. We have 4 people at the front door, Mr. ENORTAP, waiting for you to open the door. And they are barely go there. Since the beginning of the year, Mr. ENORTAP, they never been to the saloon. I believe they would not deserve it, and I think they was fine for what's going on. But right now, they need something, because that's not the way. Whatever they win last night, I have to give credit. But this was not, I believe, and I'm talking about Mr. ENORTAP, the New Jersey Devils, but I was supposed to talk another team, so I'm going to start with the New Jersey Devils. They lost yesterday, and the Devils have right now and 2-8 in the last 10 games, and they lost the last 5 games. So ENORTAP, right now, he's look like a real bartender at the ugly bar, we can call it the ugly bar. You're going to see some people dancing on the bar the next couple of minutes. I can wait Michael Robinson maybe get his dancing shoes, jumping with boots to dancing about that. Mr. ENORTAP, you're looking great. We need to find maybe your new Carey Price hat you got from Carey. But Mr. ENORTAP, what do you think about the New Jersey Devils, everybody? And Mr. ENORTAP. Look like Mr. ENORTAP freeze right now with the cowboy hat. We open the door and Mr. ENORTAP is back in the house now. We're going to see if we can find him. Here we go. Welcome back, Mr. ENORTAP.
Hello, Coach. Hey, we're back. Okay.
We talk a lot about you with your hat, Carey Price hat and everything. So, we opened the door for the fans for the New Jersey Devils, and Mr. ENORTAP left already. He's scared of the Devils. That's what happened in Joseph. He's scared about the Devils. Mr. ENORTAP, some problem technology over there. He's in, but a screen turned off. Mr. ENORTAP, can you hear us?
I can hear you, Coach.
Here we go. So we have the Devils now. Now they're running at the bar, and they want to get what you have offered to them because they lost the last 5 games, and they are 2-8 in the last 10 games. What do you think is going on with that?
Well, I spoke to Carey Price today, and he told me they deserve 12 beers. The way they've been playing lately, like nobody's stepping up. Jack Hughes has been improving, but they need as much beer as they can get for now. Bad stretch.
How many beer?
I say 12.
12 for the Devils. Renault said 12 also. ENORTAP acting as Americans, video said. ENORTAP, you look like a bite like a Hooters boy. And he said, 3 bloody scissor, Mr. ENORTAP, for the Devils. We have a bad connection inside the bar. Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Steven. Schedule update is frozen. ENORTAP look like a regular at 2 Blake Tavern, 1 draft at 10 o'clock a.m. Here we go about that one over there. RG said 12 beers also for the Devils. But the Devils, they're going to be sit at the table, Mr. ENORTAP, at the right side of the bar. But we have another group, the fans show up, and that team, that was I was talking earlier, they are showing up. We thought they're never going to be at the saloon until maybe later in the season. But right now they need something. They won yesterday, but I'm going to tell you, it's not because they won yesterday. Because right now, the Red Wings guys, listen, not that one over there, this one. The last 20 games, they are 6-14, Mr. ENORTAP. That's including the win yesterday. Without the win last night, they was 5-14. That's not doing well right now in Detroit. The fans are a little bit upset. They need something right now. What do you have to offer to them? What you need to fix them? What are you going to be a little bit more happy at that moment?
Yeah, I mean, Detroit, I think that they're doing all the right things in terms of the way they're developing the team, the job that Yzerman has done. It's just that when you deal with a lot of rookies, you're gonna have these moments. I think that's by the time the end of the year comes, they're gonna be playing spoiler with a lot of teams, and they're gonna be. I mean, it's tough because I think the 8 teams in the East are sort of settled. I don't see Detroit catching any of them, but I'd give them 7 beers.
7 beer for Detroit. We have Ron said 10 beer. I believe it was for the Detroit. Yamo said 9 beer for the Detroit Red Wings right now. ENORTAP, I want a taco from that video in Florida. And Richard said a 12 mojito for them. Jose is open completely the 2 case for them. To Craig because he gave them 15 beer. I think we have more crowd and more people. Corey Hills go with 9 beer. About RJ is going to 28 beer. The people will understand the saloon too long if we keep them. Now, Mr. ENORTAP, here's the point. It's not doing well for him. He needs something because right now he feel like terribly. He don't understand what's going on over there. And he's not very happy. And we know it's not chance, nothing chance he want to fight. He will want to fight with someone. And we have to be sure you bring and inside the saloon two bouncer, right? Giamo is going to be the bouncer on the right side with Michael Robinson on the left side over there. Because this guy right now, he could put some trouble in the saloon. And I'm talking about Jordan Binnington. So we know that kind of reputation he has. When he's not doing well, he wants to fight. And the reason why is because right now he is losing his job. And he has the last 5 games, Mr. ENORTAP. He gave 23 goals again. He have an average of 4.05 and a save percentage of 8.85 for Jordan Binnington. Right now, he's in the bar and he needs something. And I think he needs more at something. He needs more. So tell us what you think about Binnington at that moment. Of course, Ville Husso still the job right now, but tell us about Binnington.
Yeah, you're right. Husso's been spectacular for St. Louis. He's put a lot of pressure on Binnington. Again, I think this is something that he can correct. He's shown that he can be a top-notch goalie when he needs to be. I think that this is just a temporary glitch for him. I would give him right now, because he's going through a tough time, I'd give him 8 beers.
8 beer for Mr. Jordan Binnington. And Danny gave some bubble. And Mike bubble. I love that one.
Milk bottles, yeah.
I love
Baby
that one.
bottles.
Coach, I'm standing at the saloon door. Here we go. So be careful with it. Mojido for Binnington from Yamo about that one over there. And for the last one, before we go, because we have to go at some point, is the last one. Same situation. And I'm not sure he have some regrets. Maybe he think maybe he should not show up completely and stay home and take care about his family, because right now he's not doing well, Mr. ENORTAP. And I'm talking about this goaltender, Tuukka Rask. Listen, he played 4 games right now. He have 14 goals again. He did not complete 1 game. He played only 1 period. He have an average of 4.28 and a save percentage of 8.44. It's not doing well at Rask. Right now, he's at the bar, and he's talking with his buddy Binnington, and they're complaining, and they are upset right now. So what do you have to fix their problem right now before they're going to come back next week with the new players inside the saloon?
Well, it just goes to show, Coach, you can't just step in after such a long absence and resume where you left off. He's finding it very challenging. Right now, they've deemed like he hasn't played in the last 3 games. They're saying because he incurred some kind of lower body injury, but I think it's just sort of to not put too much pressure on him right now. I think they'll give him his due time to try to work out the rust in this game. But Boston can't afford to keep throwing him in there because they're in a very delicate situation. And if we go back to Detroit and they start getting hot, like, look out, Detroit could overcome them. So, I think they have to proceed with caution with Tuukka Rask. And who knows, trade deadline time. I know you think he's going to stay as a Boston Bruin, but if he shows a little bit of improvement, they might consider even trading him. I don't know, to a contender. I say I'm going to give him, right now it's tough for him. I say 11 beers.
Oh, 11 beer. Some gave about 10 and some gave a lot of beer. And Steve said only 2 beer because he said Rask, 2 beer only. Danny said 3 beer for Rask about that one over there. And maybe next time, the next couple of weeks, we're not going to be at the saloon, going to be at the shack of Danny, Mr. ENORTAP. Maybe we're going to get fish, not beer, that evening. We're going to get there. So be interesting. We have a question for Daryl. Daryl is back. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Tyrell, at that moment, there was nothing would change between Ken Hughes and Carey Price. Everything have to push back during the summer and go from there, Tyrell. So the case for Price at that moment, of course, Hughes cannot tell he's not, he cannot trade, he cannot say he was going to trade him. And honestly, Carey Price, everything is on his hands. So if he want to leave, he would tell to Montreal. If not, he have to stay with Montreal. At the press conference, he said he wants to stay in Montreal, and only the time is going to tell us if what happening was an injury. And that's what happening only at the Carey Price. Slang XYT is in the house.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's happened sometime. David Arthur back in the house. Rusty Rast to beer.
2 beer. That's very kind.
Welcome, everybody. Don't forget to click on the likes. Mr. Nata, we're going to call the police. Only 23 likes, and we have 27 people in the chat.
Oh, my
So we have to figure out something about this. Betsy is having a great rookie year, and the American Hockey League character guy, too. I agree with you. Mashman for the heart. No, relax, guys. Maybe Mashman is never going to have another goal for the next 20 games. So relax about Mashman, please. Is not going to go happening. It's time, Mr. Nata. We're going to go click quickly on that one. There, easy one tonight. Who are they? Who are they? Hit the likes. Thank you so much, Danny, Steve. Who are they? We have a winner. It's a double winner. Banamonkey got Nathan Orton and Yamo got Igala. Congratulations, both of you guys. And then also Nicola and Ron Kings got it. Corey said 2-fighter. And yes, you're absolutely right about that one there. It was 2-fighter for sure. Let's go another one before. Another easy one. Banamonkey maybe find it. Who he is? Danny, too dummy fighter. Ron King said Perry.
Danny just beats his own drum.
We have a winner! Yamo again! Do it again! Yamo on fire tonight. He got Bourré, the brother, the other one, Richard Monis of Fleury. No, Monsieur Notap, who is he?
Bourré.
Bourré. No, Pavel. It's Valerie Bourré.
Valerie. Bourré.
And, Notap, it was so easy. I'm going to give you another easy one. Valerie Bourré. Steve. Who is this goaltender for the New York Rangers? With the glove he wearing now, he was not goaltending in 1970s. It was more like 40s and 50s. And I can imagine I don't know how he got a blocker like that way over there. Wise guy, Yamo. Steve McQueen.
Hey, not bad. Not bad. I see the resemblance.
And Johnny says it, you coach. No, I never wear the Rangers jersey. Then he said, an old goalie. Look at those gloves. Steve G said, Ace Bailey, Renault, try. Good try. I love those. I like when those guys try about that one over there. Mr. Enotap, you're the survivor.
He's got a nickname by the name of Chuck. He's
Chuck Rayner is the goaltender for the New York Rangers. Chuck Rayner, you are the winner of that one with him. Mr. Enotap is fired up right now. We have to fire up everything happening right now here inside this. We have 11 game. Guys, we're going to fire up this tonight. We have about 20 minutes to go. I give you about 2 minutes each. Not too bad.
Okay, I'll try to keep them short.
No,
Uh,
it's all right. I just let you
first
know
one,
what's going on.
sure, thanks. First one, we have Seattle and Boston. The Bruins and Kraken look to bounce back from their respective losses when they meet for the first time ever tonight, actually. The Bruins return home after going 1-1-1 during their Western Conference road trip that concluded with that 6-1 loss to the Dallas Stars on Sunday. Um, the they're looking right now sort of we talked a little bit about their goaltending situation. It looks like Allmark is going to be starting this game here for Boston. Seattle started its 4 game trip with an overtime win last Thursday in Pittsburgh before that heartbreaking Sunday loss to the New York Rangers. Right now, McCann is their leading point getter with 28 points, 18 goals. So he's come as delivered. And the goaltender Chris Strager could return from COVID protocol in Boston. He was scratched to start during the back-to-back games this weekend. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm going to take the Bruins to win this one, Coach, 4-1. Next, we have San Jose and Tampa Bay. Well, as San Jose and Tampa Bay prepare to meet for the final time in the regular season this year, the Lightning skated to a 7-1 shellacking over the shorthanded Sharks back at January 22nd. So they had an easy time of that. The Sharks rebounded with a 4-1 win over Washington on Wednesday before they let slip in road losses both Saturday and Sunday to Florida and Canada, respectively. San Jose is 2-4-2 following a 3-game win streak that went from January 6th to the 11th, with its defensive corps, who had uh, surgery. I believe the club also lost Mario Ferraro after he was hit in the face by a puck in the first game, um, uh, Florida. Tampa with 2 third-period goals before dropping a 3-2 decision to Vegas in a shootout just recently. So Tampa Bay only had shots on goal first 40 minutes, but used 4 plays to take control in the third. They're always a threat. Like I said, they haven't been healthy all year long, but we can say that about many teams. But I think, especially at home, they're going to be very tough to beat with Vasilevsky in net. I'm going to take Tampa Bay to win this one 4-2, Coach. Okay, next, it's the back-to-back rematch of Toronto and New Jersey, this time in New Jersey. Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner aim to continue their high-octane offense tonight as they finish off this back-to-back home series. Hopefully they sweep it. For Toronto, it's a must game. These are games that they have to pick up the 2 points. Last night they had trouble, but they did eventually find a way. So good on them. Matthews recorded his 5th career hat trick, and second in as many meetings with New Jersey in Toronto 6-4 win last night. He converted twice in the first period before scoring that empty netter that he got at the end, and it also boosted his career point total to 400. Matthews, who notched an assist on Marner's third period goal, has 16 points, 8 goals, 8 assists in his last 10 games. So that's quite a balanced attack. Insofar as Marner, we've seen him now score in 6 straight games. So that's, again, good. Now, it's not that he's going to become a prolific scorer. That's not his style. He will continue to have more assists than goals. Obviously, he's more of a setup man and offers the element of speed. But he's got a very good shot. I just wish he would use it more often, rather than relying on others to do the scoring. Um, this I think the Leafs will approach this game a little bit wiser, knowing that if they fall asleep at the wheel at any point, New Jersey could take over the game, especially at home, and they want to be able to dictate the game. We said that earlier. Like, you want to help your goaltenders out, you make sure you have a lead and dictate the play. So I'm going to take the Leafs to win this one 4-2. Okay, and next we have our beloved Florida Panthers and New York Rangers. Probably, if not the one of the games of the night, the best games of the night, it should be. We have Spencer Knight facing off against Shesterkin tonight. When the Rangers escaped with a win over Seattle on Sunday, the best thing New York uh, coach Jerry Gallant could say was that his team picked up another 2 points. The Rangers hope to put together significantly better showing tonight than that game against Florida. Otherwise, we could be looking at another high scoring game for Florida, who are seeking right now their fifth straight consecutive win. New York's 10-5-0 over its past 15 games since the 4-3 loss to Florida on December 29th. Sunday marked the third time this season that the Rangers, however, have allowed at least 40 shots on goal. That's not good for the team. It's not good for the defense, but most importantly, it's not good for their goaltenders to face that much rubber on a continual basis. Shesterkin has been the story for them all year long. He's 8-1-0 over the past 9 games. And that's why we don't see really the Rangers with prolonged losing streaks, is because he's able to come in and stop the bleeding at some point. Florida is on its fifth winning streak of at least 4 games this season and has totaled 22 goals during their current 4-game run. Florida's 14-2-1 since the holiday break, and they boast 8 players right now with at least 30 points, including, as we mentioned earlier, Lundell. So that's pretty amazing. I saw one of the stats yesterday. I think every single player on that team, it's not surprising given how much they're scoring, but every single player except for Thornton is in the plus-minus category, is in the plus category. There isn't anybody in the negative. So that's quite amazing as well. I'm going to take this one's going to be a tough one, simply because I think the Florida's on the road and they haven't played their best hockey on the road. But I think they'll win this one in overtime, 3-2 over the Rangers. And next we have Winnipeg up against Philadelphia. After suffering through a 10-game losing streak where they went 0-8-2, as well as a franchise worst 13-game skid of 0-10-3, Philadelphia finally snapped that 13-game losing streak with a 4-3 overtime win over the LA Kings on Saturday. And I saw most of that game, and I think that it was more a byproduct of LA not playing very well than Philadelphia finally getting a victory that they deserved. But nevertheless, they'll take the 2 points. Carter Hart made 37 saves and did just enough to help Philadelphia to a much-needed win in that contest. The task now is to win another one for them. The Flyers continue to struggle. They have a litany of different injuries, most notably by Sean Couturier, Ryan Ellis, and even Kevin Hayes. The Jets snapped a 6-game losing streak of 0-4-2 after posting that 4-1. I thought it was surprising victory over St. Louis on Saturday. During their recent skit, the Jets were committing all sorts of uncharacteristic turnovers in their own zone. I think that's where their biggest area of concern is right now. That and the fact that Hellebuck's just been playing too much hockey right now. He needs to rest a little bit. I still think this Winnipeg can't take the game lightly, but I think they should win this one here 5-2. And next we have sorry, Coach. Can you hear me, Coach? I can't hear you.
I said, do you know Philadelphia? Oh. Do you know Philadelphia won the last 8 game at home against Winnipeg?
No.
I just want to let you know that. I was going to with Philadelphia, but I'm too chicken right now to go with them.
No. If I can guarantee one game, this is the one I would.
I would trust you.
Okay. And next we have Washington and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, well, what can we say here? Washington and Pittsburgh, it's one of the biggest rivalry of Ovechkin and Crosby at it again tonight. Crosby is 2 goals shy of becoming the second active NHL player to reach 500 goals. The other is Washington's Ovechkin, of course. So it could make it all more significant if Crosby hits that milestone tonight. Either way, it's going to be a great game. Crosby has 12 goals in his last 33 games. Lately, Pittsburgh is falling behind and having to chase the game. The Penguins, who are usually known for their offense, are in the top 10 in the league at 3.31 goals per game, but they have only mustered 6 goals during their past 3 games slide. And we kind of talked about this a while back. Pittsburgh, for some reason, when both, at least I've said it, when both Crosby and Malkin are there, they're not at their best for whatever reason. The Capitals entered the Friday contest against Dallas, having scored just once over their previous 2 games, but they responded with a very convincing 5-0 victory, and it was well deserved and well needed for them. The Capitals will be facing a Penguins team looking to locate its offense. In turn, Washington will be looking for some of the same medicine, I guess. I'm going to take Pittsburgh to win this one because they're at home. Empty net goal, Pittsburgh 4-2. And next we have Ottawa and the New York Islanders. The Islanders will look to snap their first losing streak in almost 2 months tonight when they play Ottawa. They dropped their second game in a row on Sunday when they trailed wire to wire in a 4-3 defeat against the Minnesota Wild. The Senators began a back-to-back set Monday with we saw that great effort that not only the team put in, but more specifically Tim Stützle did, and that great goal he scored in the overtime session, plus the little fight he had, which showed good spirit and leadership on his behalf. The Islanders fell due to multiple missed opportunities, as they have most of the season. They actually outshot Minnesota in their game by a margin of 43-21, including 18-5 in the third period. But the goaltending really helped out Minnesota there in that game. I'm going to take the Islanders to win this game. I think it'll be a very uh, close game, low scoring. I think that they'll probably win it in a shootout. I think 3-2. Okay, and next we have Vancouver against Nashville. Confirmed we have Demko and Saro, so should be a great goaltending match. Yossi, the 2020 Norris Trophy winner, certainly has All Star credentials. He's going to be at the All Star game as well. He leads the Predators and ranks fourth among defensemen with 43 points. He just goes about his business all the time, does a solid job, and does so in a quiet fashion. Yossi will join goaltender Saros on the Central Division team. It will be Saros' first All Star appearance. He's right now, Saros is 23, 11, and 3 with a 236 goals against average and a 927 save percentage. The Predators have been idle since that 3-2 shootout loss at the hands of the Oilers on Thursday that snapped their 3-game winning streak. But you know what? They've been getting good, solid contributions from guys like Duchesne, Forsberg, uh, have been scoring on a consistent basis, and they're having career years as well. Um, Halak was in net. He made his first appearance and did relatively well with a 20 save performance. I'm going to take Nashville to win this at home 4-2. Okay, next we have Calgary and Dallas. Um, Both Calgary and Dallas continue to build momentum as they're heading into the All Star break. Each team will look to maintain that success um, when they play tonight in Dallas. Uh, in the mix for a playoff spot in the Western Conference, the Flames and Stars each sit with 48 points in the standings. Dallas has won 5 of its last 6 contests, while Calgary, which has 2 more games in hand, um, is uh, went 3-1-1 after they had lost 4 out of the previous 6 games in early January. The Stars' defense and goaltending has also been solid as of late. They've allowed 1 goal in 3 of their last 4 games. Ottinger has been solid. Holpe has been solid. Um, I think that that's been a good conversion in their game that we weren't seeing earlier. And we're also starting to see some contributions from guys like Sagan and a nice goal the other night by Radulov as well. Hopefully, he can start contributing to that top line because they can't they can't continue like this on their own. They need that secondary scoring. I'm going to take. I think it'll be a very close game again. I'm going to go with Calgary to win this one, 4-3, Coach. And next we have Arizona and Colorado, and this game is in Colorado. Colorado right now, arguably is the hottest team in the league, um, alongside Florida, I guess. Um, I think a lot of it has to do. Well, there's many factors, but I think a lot of it has to do with the play from Makar. He sits on top of They sit on top of the Western Conference, riding a 10-game winning streak currently. Arizona, who sits in last in the Central Division, and will play Colorado for the third time in the last 3 weeks. The Avalanche won the previous 2 matchups between the two to sort of kickstart their current win streak. The Avs have won 18 straight in Colorado and the 5th longest home winning streak in NHL history. So they're going to look to. I think that the record is owned by the Red Wings, if I'm not mistaken, with 23 home victories. So with 2 more victories, they're going to tie both Boston and Philadelphia, who are currently in 2nd and 3rd place. For Arizona, their plan, we know what it is. It's a rebuilding year. It all begins and centers around Clayton Keller, who signed till the end of the 2028 season. They have lots of draft picks that they've accumulated over the last, I'd say, year and a half, 2 years. So, it's full rebuild mode ahead for them. And this will be a tough game for them, especially in Colorado. So I'm going to take Colorado to win this one 4-1, Coach. And our last game of the evening is Buffalo traveling to Vegas after garnering 5 out of 8 possible points on arguably the toughest road trip of the season. The Vegas Knights are facing Buffalo tonight on their final game before the break. They had, on that road trip, that tough road trip, they started off by defeating Washington. Then they had that 3-2 shootout victory over Tampa Bay, 4-3 overtime loss to Carolina. Win over Carolina, and then they lost to Florida 4-1. So it was very successful for them. I think that Vegas has just too much depth for Buffalo to really contend tonight. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Vegas. I know they haven't played well at home, but I think that's more of a fluke than anything else. I'm going to take Vegas to win this one 4-0.
I'll just complete what I got. All right, time for the fantasy. Where I was not a bad night. Not a bad night. 312, 293, still hanging there. I go with Colorado, Mekar, Jose, Kadri, Ratanen, and Austin Matthews.
Yeah, I was going to take him again, but that's okay, Coach. You want to get on Kelly's good side. I know that. I'm going to go with Vegas. I'm going to take McAvoy from Boston and Ekblad from Florida. And then my forwards are Marchand, Huberdeau, and Stone.
All right. My arm is still... I got everybody, the players. Only one I'm not sure, Steve G. You gave me the first player at the beginning, number 91. Are you talking about Tavares or someone else? I cannot remember. At the beginning of the game, it was like Boston 91, Tampa Bay 91, Stamkos. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Because usually I put the number in our top. I don't put the name. I just put like Barkov 16, Marner 16, and I go like this. And I put like, if I know 216, I said Marner M and everything like that. So, when you think about this, like, you have to figure out everything at the same time. That's why sometimes I have some mistake the next day. But, it's hard because, like, David Archer did it the first 7 games, and then he left. Then Butter Monkey did it, then he left. So, it is what it is. We want to wish, before we leave, Mr. ENORTAP, we want to wish the best for Mr. Villeo. He's leaving tonight for another run of couple of weeks, So we want the best for you, Mr. Villeo. We are all behind you. We're going to pray for you, Mr. Villeo. And you're going to realize it's going to be quick. You to come back faster and better. And I'm sure your experience coming for you is going to be awesome. So don't give up, right? Go with one day at a time. And sometimes I always said it's not only one day, it's a 1 hour at a time. So enjoy it. See the positive of your time over there. I know you're going to be awesome, Mr. Villéo. So congratulations again. We wish you the best. I can't wait to see you back next time, Mr. Villéo. So until then, we're going to see Mr. ENORTAP. You are the one you open up with a face-off, but now you are on the shootout. What is you looking for tonight?
Oh, it's that Ranger game. I'm very, very curious how they will face off against Florida from on Florida's on the road. So, I'm also curious to see how Spencer Knight's going to play. And can the offense continue at this rate, especially when you're facing a hot goalie like Shesterkin? So it'll be a very, very good game, promising right down to the end for sure. And Vallejo, we respect you, we love you, and thank you for your service.
And I think the last thing is Danny gave him a 24 beer. Well done, Mr. Danny, for Leo about that one there. Roger, I got your prediction. I'm going to get this. Everything like that. So all the best for Leo, everything like that. So, that's all about, that's family we build here. It's all about helping each other and they support each other. And that's, what I mean? Like, of course, we would like to be 60 people, but at the end of the day, it's not about the number. It's about the quality of the people here, about that one there. And we apologize. Some people put some comments every time we do the prediction. It's hard to follow up with each one of you. But I think, Renaud, if I start a Blue Man group, Ken Hughes going to be one of the member of my group, the Blue Men. Don't worry about that. That'll be great. So that's how it happened there. So now that another great job, amazing what you do for the Hockey Nation Live show. We are very grateful and thankful. But before we leave, by the way, we did not get Kelly, so Kelly is not going to win tomorrow. Not that one over there because she's not here.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Yes, you have greatness inside of you. And yes, you're going to have an amazing, great night because you have a lot of hockey on the table with 11 games. So we'll be back in a few minutes for another live stream with you, Toronto Maple Leaf fans. So we'll be back at 7 o'clock again, the New Jersey Devils. Until then, of course, be well, be healthy, and find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate your year 2022. Have an amazing, blessing night, everybody. Thank you, Mr. ENORTAP.
Thank you, Coach. Good night, everyone.
What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let
Thank you, everybody. Jose, Danny, Roger, Pierre, Valléo, Yamo, Run with Kings 20, Renaud, Pierre Martin, Richard Mullen, Corey Hill.
surprise.